if your table leg drop off. It will stabilize it. This book is 30 years of me working in the community. And I heard the word tonight, legacy. This is a legacy for my children and my grandchildren. As it said, when I went into the community, there were only 3 black midwives. And I worked in the community for over 30 years. And when I retired, there was only 1 black midwife. Which means they didn't recruit any black midwives. And this book, you don't have to buy it. You can go to the library, because it's in the library, and order it. Let me put that down, because this book is heavy. Don't ever attempt to read it in bed. But in here, it will tell you I've had a very good career. But it was fraught with racism. It was fraught with challenges. But I'm a committed Christian, and it's because of God why I survived. Because every situation that I encountered racism, I had to ask God to help me to overcome it. If I had time, I'd read you something, because I am not quiet. And, you know, but in those days, I couldn't really say what I wanted to say. But in here, and it's in chapter 4, I went for an interview with my manager. And during the interview, she said to me, there's a lesson here. What do you see yourself doing in 10 years? So what was my answer? Your job. And after that, my career just went down. Because every senior post that came up, I would apply for it, but I wouldn't get it. There were no black supervisor of midwives, and my manager knew this. And she called me in her office one day and she said, apply for this post. And I said, no, because I won't get it. She says, yes, you will. So I applied for it. Right there in her office, I filled out the form. And I'm sure when I closed the door on my way out, the form went straight in the bin. Because on the panel to appoint a black supervisor, guess who was the chair? My manager. So I knew I wasn't going to get it. But what I started doing was every vacancy I saw, I would apply for them. No, Johnny Well didn't want them, but I just wanted to prove that I was not going to be promoted. However, I didn't want to be an office person. I'm a people person. So I was just provoking them. Last month, when I published this book 2 years ago, 2020, the first person that received a copy the director of midwifery. She never responded. February, I got a letter from the director of midwifery apologizing for the way I was treated as a midwife. And I'm only human. So I sat down and wrote a letter. And I gave it to my son, who is very sensible. And he says, Mother, don't send that letter. He said, what you need to do is to acknowledge the letter and say, thank you for, I received your letter, thank you for making contact. If there's anything I can do to help you in the future, please feel free to ask. And I think that's the better of the two options. Because I am absolutely sure this one would have sued me for the things that I wrote in it.
Truth hurts.
I won't read, but on the 25th of May, if you want to know what's some of the things, and I think a couple of people in here have read this book. I've been brave enough to pick it up. You can also get it on Kindle. It's £3 something on Kindle. So if you have a Kindle or a reader, it's worth reading because, as I said, it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Even when I retired, when you retire, you're supposed to get a package. And I retired in the June, and I think I didn't get the package until about the August. They couldn't even give me my money when I retired. I kind of think these people either were racist, I kind of think, yeah, I'll never accuse them of being racist, or they don't like people to challenge them. As I said, I've written it for my children, and the thing that I've said to my boys, because I have 2 boys, is don't ever let your color be a prison. Stand up. I want them to know who I am. So I can't tell you anymore because time has gone, but it's worth a read. It is worth a read, even though I didn't say it myself. As I said, there were only 4 black midwives. Now, there's still only 1 black midwife. I have written and asked, why aren't you recruiting black midwives? I could read the letter to you, but I didn't get a response. So, I want to encourage young people to go into midwifery. It's a worthwhile career. You know, when I did mine, my first pay was something like £5, way back there. But go into it, it's because now I see people out there who have thanked me. And when I retired, I have a box filled with thank you cards. So I did enjoy my career. So I won't tell you anymore. I'll just leave you hanging. But get this book. And incidentally, I've got another book too. I've now turned to writing. So I'm writing a book about the things that I've done in Leeds since I've come to Leeds, because you could only get a snippet from there. So I'm done.
Well done, thank you. Okay, I promise I will read the book. It'll take me about 3 years. It's, I think.